prepare for the season of Halloween, we're going to be reading some ghost stories that I wrote more than 10 years ago that were published in various things, and then once as a collection that is no longer in print, and I'll be making those available to you now. There's some Southern Gothic stories with a little bit of a psychological twist to the supernatural. And the quote that was used to introduce the collection when these were printed together is, "Not all ghosts prefer the dark. They cannot live long where we ourselves are not alive. The voice in attics and on windy nights is our own echo. We look for ghosts in the dark places, while they help us raise our children and sit with us in church. They do not try and hide from us. It is us who needs to hide in them." This story is called The Tree. Set as a seal upon thy arm, set as a seal upon thy heart, for love is stronger than the grave, for love is stronger than the grave, as strong as death is love. A Gospel Round. The place in the woods where he took the girl was not a scary place. The large and established oak trees wove their elder branches together across the sky in a spider's web that carpeted the ground in soft splotches of moonlight. "Will we be together forever and ever?" she had asked the man. Forever and ever, he had told her. He was the most beautiful man that she had ever seen, and she was in love with him. She had not known him long, but he had promised her love and fame and adventure if she ran away with him. And the clearing was there, just as he had said it would be. It was beautiful, and the soft white blossoms of moonflower were just beginning to open in the dappled moonlight. She had told him that she loved moonflowers. It was an old forest they were in, and thick oaks choked out the smaller plants. Their trunks spread out in all directions as far as she could see. At the edge of the clearing, a fat acorn fell in front of her and rolled onto the white grass. She picked it up and stroked its smooth shell. The forest is missing a tree, she thought, as she walked out into the clearing, and the white beam of moonlight made her pale face glow. That was when she noticed the hole in the middle of the clearing, with the pile next to it. "What is that?" She had turned to ask the man, but the knife was already in her back, and she had clutched the acorn tightly in her fist, even after her hand was cold and dead and covered in earth, and her last thoughts were the soft white dreams of a child, reaching through the earth like roots to find the man who had said that he loved her. Many years later, another girl followed the man into the clearing. She was not unlike the first girl who had followed him there many years before. She too had been promised love and adventure and all the thirsts of youth. In the middle of the clearing was the most beautiful tree that she had ever seen. The man looked surprised to see it, even though he had told her that he had been here before. It was an oak, but pale as moonlight, with moonflower vines twining up its trunk and into its branches. The entirety of its bark was smooth and pale, unlike any tree that she had ever seen. There was an enormous wound in the middle of the tree. Its bark had peeled back and wood parted to reveal a dark cavern that led into the core of the wood. She wondered what had caused the wound to such a beautiful tree. And suddenly, an acorn from above whistled through the leaves of the tree and came to a stop on the crown of her head. Her wonder at the tree forgotten, she turned around to see where the acorn had landed and saw the knife raised above her. She ran in terror, fleeing across the soft grass and into the darkness on the other side of the clearing. When she turned around, she saw that the man had fallen, tripped by one of the white roots of the tree. "Where are you?" the man called into the clearing. "Here I am," a voice said, from deep within the blackness of the hole in the side of the white tree. It was a girl's voice, very much like her own. She could see the man reaching into the darkness inside the tree, reaching for where he thought she was hiding, and suddenly the white bark began to close, sealing the massive wound in the side of the white oak. She could hear the man cry out from inside the tree. For an instant, before the sides of the cavern he had entered fused together, and then there was silence, and then the wound in the tree was gone, and the man was gone, and they were together forever and ever. Well, okay, guys, I hope you liked that, and we will be doing a story each week throughout October. So if you like the flash fiction, if it's relaxing to you, makes you think about something interesting, or helps you go to sleep, check back into the podcast throughout October, and we should do one every 2 days, or every 2 or 3 days, or twice a week.